Hello friends! Well, today I will show you how I make prehistoric glue, a glue that was thoroughly used during the prehistory, also known as cutler's glue. Cutlers, you know, the people who make knives, they use this kind of pitch or natural glue in order to put the tongue of the blade inside the wooden handle. For making this simple but very effective glue, you only need three main ingredients, three components. Well, I will show you. These three are well, we have the main ingredient, the principal, that is this amberish, this yellowish stuff is rendered and purified pine resin. You can also use pine resin directly from the tree. I have a video showing you how to collect, how to gather it. Well, I do all my materials. This is beeswax. I am beekeeper also, and I have pure virgin beeswax, rendered and making this kind of piece, and charcoal. Charcoal come from wood, common wood, charcoal. We need to smash the charcoal in order to obtain a very thin, a very small dust or powder, and we will mix it all together over the hot embers inside a pot. I have here a handmade pot, yeah? And here I have a wooden mortar with a stone pestle. First, I will smash the charcoal, and then I will put the pine resin inside the pot. I will melt down it because it's our main component. Then I will add the charcoal dust or powder. You can use also thin earth or maybe dust from bricks. Then I will add this, as I said you, and then I will start to add wax. Only a few, only small portions of wax, because we are looking for certain texture. I will show you. The first step, as I said you, is to smash, to reduce the charcoal to a thin dust. I put the charcoal inside of the pestle, yeah. Well, and I will start to smash it. It's very easy to do inside a wooden mortar, yeah. Look, easy and fast. It needs to be very, very thin. Well, as I have said you, our main ingredient is pine resin. Pine resin is very sticky, but is very brittle, as you can see. Yeah, the beeswax, or instead of that, you can put goat droppings. Sounds very weird, but herbivore animal droppings or beeswax. It would make the glue a bit more pliable, not as brittle as is the pine resin. I will then obtain a bit of pine resin pieces with a knife, yeah, and powder. Well, and I will put it in the pot. The charcoal will make the glue more resistant to temperature change. In very hot weather, the glue will be so sticky, and charcoal will provide us with a bit more of versatility. Yeah. Well, as you can see, the resin is starting to boil. Yeah, it's very hot. Yeah, I'll I will put all the pine resin inside. Yeah, it's starting to melt very fast. We will stir with this stick that we will use for making the final stage of the glue. We can put the glue, for example, inside a cane tube, yeah, like you have seen in my video speaking about how to put together the glass arrow point or arrowhead with the shaft, yeah. And now we will make a kind of lollipop, like a lollipop. I will add more pine resin, yeah, a bit more. Oh, it's a big chunk, yeah. All this pine resin, we must allow to melt it down very well. It's boiling, yeah. I think we need a bit more. Yeah, perfect. Let's stir it a bit. Remember that handmade pots can crack with the coals, with the hot coals. You must to do it very slowly and very careful. I go for the charcoal. Here we have the mortar with the powdered charcoal. It's like a very thin dust. With this stick I will add the charcoal. As I have said you, charcoal with will make this glue more resistant to hot weather. If you don't use charcoal or brick dust, this glue can melt very easy under the sun, for example. And for forbidding to be very brittle, the end result of this glue, we will add the beeswax. Or instead of this, rather than this, you can put very thin smashed, for example, goat droppings. All this is mixing, yeah. You can start to see the blackish color of the glue. It's very hot here. I will remove these coals because I'm charring my hand. Wow, very, very hot. I think I can remove it. Yeah. Well, we must allow it to melt very well. I don't want it to boil. Yeah, here I think it can be better. As you can see, this is a paella. Eh? It's very useful in order to make fire over. Let's make a very quick experiment. Well, this can be used as glue, but it's very brittle. I will show you. Let's allow to cool down a bit. If we use it directly, it can break very easily. When it's completely cold, if we try to put our mm, nail over, it's impossible to put it a mark. It's like glass, yeah, very shiny, very brittle, but very hard also. I try to mark my nail, and it's physically impossible. Yeah. Then we must to add the beeswax, but little by little. Why? Because if you put too much wax, the end result, the glue, will be very soft, very pliable. We need only a bit of pliability. Forgive my bad English, as you know, it's not my mother tongue. Yep. But I think you can understand me very well. Mm. Now it's completely liquidified. Yeah. But the result is a very hard material. Let's try the nail test. Let's allow it to cool down, maybe blow it. It's not the best camera of the world also, but well, yeah, it's cold. I will try to put my nail mark in, and well, maybe it's hard to see. Can you see here? Yeah, the mark. Maybe it was a bit hot, but I can try it again. See? Can you see? I can put my nail over. Maybe it was too hot. I can make the experiment again. I think it's the correct proportion of wax. Only a bit, as you have seen. Yeah. Allow me to cool down it better, and I will show you. Well, now it's completely cold. Let's see if I can put my nail mark on. My God. Maybe you can see it. 3 marks here. Yep. It's not very deep, but you can put your nail on. Mm, it's not focusing well. When you can feel that you put in your nail, but only a little, eh, only a few marks, it's okay, because then it can resist, for example, in an arrowhead, the impact to the animal or to the target without breaking. Mm? Without wax, it will be very brittle, like ice, maybe. Yeah. Mm? I think it's just perfect. Only a bit of wax. Now we are going to make our lollipop. Let's put it inside. Let's allow to cool it down. Mm? And when it's cool, we can dip it again inside the liquid, yeah, and start to make thicker and thicker the lollipop. Mm? Can you see the thickness? Let's try again, a bit more. Perfect. Mm? Let's do it again and again and again until we have all the glue over the stick, making a more or less big lollipop. I will continue and I will show you in a few minutes. Well, I'm continuing the process here outside of the fire because it was very hot, and that's all. Dipping and dipping again. I think now the camera is working a bit, only a bit better, maybe, and I think it's too hot. I will show you later. Well, I have added a bit more of charcoal because the color, the end color, is a bit yellowish. I have made hundreds of times this kind of glue, and I can recognize the properties by how it looks. Maybe we need, maybe, only maybe, a bit more of charcoal dust. The pot is very thick and can be hot for a long time. We don't need to be over the fire all the time. Yeah. And maybe I can recognize that, or I prefer to be a bit more um, when I do the nail test. Yeah, wax is very soft. Yeah, I don't need a glue like wax, but I think it's better to be a bit more, I say, sticky, pliable. I don't know the correct word in English. Maybe only with this piece will be enough. It's melting very well. You can do it over a rogue, also a hot rogue with a hollow, or maybe over a seashell. Mm, I think I think now it's so perfect. Camera work for me. Only a moment. Yeah, I will repeat the nail test. Mm, very hot. Wow, it's hot, but now it's very sticky. We need it to be like this, a bit sticky. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Let's try the nail test. Amazing, amazing. It's hot, but it's not too hot. Yeah. This part is a bit cooler. You must achieve this texture. Yeah. Let's end with the lollipop. Cooling down, and another time dipping it. Mm, yeah, this is the correct texture. I will make the all the lollipop, and I will show you at the end. Look, that's one clue, one thing that you can do for doing it better, and is rolling and rolling again the stick. Yeah, it allows to well distribute the glue over the stick and to cool down. Yeah, can you see the thickness? And rolling, rolling. Yep, that's the way. That's the way. Look what a beautiful black cherry. Hmm? It's a bit difficult to do because it tends to drop. Yeah, but if you are patient, you can obtain a very beautiful lollipop of prehistoric glue. Whoopa. Hot, but not as hot as you can burn yourself. Eh? If it's comfortably hot, you can model it in the shape you want. By experience, I say you that it's easier to work with a stick like lollipop instead of a round lollipop. Then you can, with your bare hands, you can model it, yeah, like this in a stick. This stick has not the stick inside. A wooden stick maybe reaches this point. You can see. Eh? Ooh. It's better because when using it, this stick will annoy you. Yeah, it's not easy to work with a piece that has a stick all over the point. Yeah. Hmm? How beautiful. Well, that's all. That's the end. Yeah. Look what a beautiful lollipop have we done. Now it's a bit hot still. Yeah. It's pliable. We can make a very beautiful stick lollipop. Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Now, in order to use, you only need to put it over an open flame or close to the fire. Yeah, you can melt only the point and apply over the surface that you need to use for putting to get a raw head with the shaft, or maybe for filling the hollow between the tang of a knife and the wooden handle. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this experiment. It's very, very useful and very easy to do, and not so easy to reach the correct hardness. Now, I don't know if you can see it. I can barely put my nail eh, inside of this paste. Yeah, but I think is just perfect. Well, see you in another video, and please forgive me for my bad pronunciation of the English. My apologies.